What does the only pitched battle of a largely pointless and inconclusive 13-year war look like? The Battle of Mezokarestis in 1596, hereafter referred to by its Ottoman name, Hassova, to avoid difficult Hungarian pronunciations, which I appreciate, because my God.
Yeah, we don't have enough like minced beef and noodles in the back of our throat to be able to pronounce Hungarian correctly.
Well, I mean, I've already declared myself as sort of like definitionally prejudiced against the Hungarians.
That is true. I forgot about that.
No one is ever going to grant me any kind of grace or latitude when I mispronounce something Hungarian.
What listeners at home can't see is that we have soaked Nate in a giant vat of liquid paprika, and he's come out looking like a red version of henna.
Yeah, exactly. It's like the Blue Man Group, but red for some reason. The Red Man Group. That sounds racist. Sorry. They had to pick, when they formed the Blue Man Group, they had to form an association that were using a color that wasn't immediately identified as a racial slur.
Only to Gargamel.
Yeah, exactly. The racists against the Smurfs. The Blue Man Group is basically when they finally kick Smurfette out of Smurf Village.
All of the Blue Man Group live in like one single room that looks like it could be on maleliving-spaces.txt on Reddit.
The Blue Man Group is basically when the Smurfs develop incel culture.
The Blue Man Group are sitting on like deck chairs in their sitting room and watching a TV that's on the floor.
Yeah, they all share a giant bed like the Bucket family, but they absolutely do not have sex in it.
Well, no, I like the idea of like incel misogynist Smurf podcast, Blue Man Group talking about females, but there's actually only one female, so why is it plural? It's Smurfette.
I love that right before you hit record. I don't have a cold open. We just need to riff. And then we've ended up on incel Blue Man Group hating Smurfette.
This is all because I remembered who Gargamel was.
Look, if you want to be a high value Smurf, there's only one woman to go between us. Like, you have to achieve a deeper hue of blue.
You have to, be bone smashing your weird Smurf face. You need to be pinning Smurf Tren.
Yeah, we're drinking that weird like blue spirulina drink.
Yeah, we're taking colloidal silver to ward off disease, turning ourselves into even bluer Smurfs. Look, I feel like a Chad Jaw Smurf would be so unsettling. Like, they have to be vaguely marshmallow-like in order to be cute. And so if you make them like jacked and shredded, I don't know, it's going to feel like, at best, some kind of like very, very uncomfortable memification. And at worst, it's just going to be like bringing back buried memories of like Cro-Magnons raiding your village and killing you, like buried in your animal brain.
I want everyone to think about the strangely jacked Smurf and rotate them in their mind throughout this episode.
A friend of mine showed me a video that I think he found on TikTok or Instagram, and this is where I'm going to end this parentheses, where the person was holding up their phone to a TV as it was watching Lord of the Rings and doing Chad Jawification filter on every single character. And it's one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. Like, the joke, the joke by the second instance, and it makes you laugh every single time. I don't know why. Anyway, so also similarly, the incel Smurfs, it's going to make me laugh. What does that have to do with Hungary? Nothing.
You're welcome.
Well, yeah, that's what this show is. So we're talking about the Battle of Haçova, the only major frontline battle between the two competing powers of the 1593 to 1606 war between the Ottomans and the Austrian Habsburgs, a war that was mostly composed of tit-for-tat captures of frontier fortresses and internal rebellions in the Ottoman Balkans. If you only get one big battle to define a war, the story of Haçova certainly rose to the challenge. A numerically inferior Habsburg and Transylvanian force comprising Austrians, Germans, Walloons, Hungarians, and Bohemians, representing the full sprawl of Austrian Habsburg territory, faced the Ottoman army and its allies from the Crimean Khanate. The precise numbers are contested. Military historians tend to alight at a figure of 80 to 100,000 Ottoman and Crimean forces, and 40 to 55,000 on the Austrian side. The Turkish sources have always estimated a far higher count of Christian strength on the day, up to parity or slightly higher numbers than the Ottomans. What we do know for sure is that by the second day of the battle on 25 October 1596, the Austrian force was on the brink of a crushing victory. The task to save the fight seemed hopeless for the forces of Sultan Mehmed III, as the Christians broke their lines and were able to begin an attack on the Ottoman camp. Thomas Glover, whom we last met, being accused of philandering, bisexuality, and pederasty by his embassy colleague Henry Lello, described the situation as follows. I leave to the world to consider what fright the Grand Signor was in, seeing all his army flee, yet encouraged by some about him of his chief officers, caused his banners imperial to march forward upon the Christians, and with his bow and arrows shot thrice, as some say, slew 3 Christians. This is written in 1500s English, so if I were to read it in a way that was to capture the spelling, I feel like I would be accused of being racist against the English somehow.
No, see, in reality, if you had to update it to modern English and considering it was written by a chaotic bisexual, the entire thing will be written in lowercase.
Well, yeah, it's written in lowercase, but also like it's got brackets where it's referencing songs by, I don't know, Death Heaven. But what was Glover doing there? And why was a war that would ultimately lead almost nowhere being fought in the first place? Brothers, we need some context. The Ottomans and the Austrian Habsburgs were basically fighting over Hungary and Croatia, which were the frontiers that had emerged in the 16th century from those 2 land empires, slamming into one another and seeing how much land they could realistically hold. Suleiman I, the lawgiver or the magnificent, depending on your linguistic and cultural heritage, famously advanced as far as Vienna in 1529, after picking up Belgrade in 1521 and breaking Hungary with the Battle of Mohács in 1526. An ill-advised determination for full frontal amongst the Hungarian nobility saw the Hungarian army attack far too prematurely.
Happens to the best of us.
A premature Hungarian full frontal. Hate to see it happen.
Yeah, I feel like that's a subcategory on, I don't know, what is it, Pornhub, X videos? I don't know what those are anymore. I've just seen people reference them. So I don't know if you can search by hashtag or if like they're all replaced with AI porn now. So, I mean,
it's what happens when you misspell Pornhub as Pornhun.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you've got gay, straight, bi, lesbian, and then Magyars.
Yeah, the biggest category is sour cream play.
Oh no! Oh, paprika maxing.
Sour cream pies.
Shut the fuck.
This is like the first time I'm literally disgusted by one of our bits.
Oh, that's gross.
We're all being affected by this seasonal mania.
Hashtag sour cream team.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't like that.
As we said, the Hungarians liking prematurely going full frontal. And the Hungarian King Louis and much of the overenthusiastic Hungarian aristocracy were killed in highly organized and coordinated Ottoman counterattacks all along the front lines. Hungary ceased to exist as an independent power and was divided between Habsburg, Ottoman, and Transylvanian rule.
I don't see the problem with this, looking at our modern times.
This Ottoman-Habsburg frontier through the middle of Hungary had persisted ever since. As for the Transylvanians, they were Ottoman vassals, but not particularly reliable or constant ones. Habsburg strategy involved trying to peel off Transylvania to their side, but the Ottomans were usually adept enough at regaining control of the unruly frontier tributary. Peace was officially agreed in 1568, 2 years into the reign of Suleiman's son, Selim II, or the Sallow. The treaty was that he had fucked up skin. They're like, look at this. He has got absolute skin hanging off in bags. He doesn't have a skincare routine.
120 days of goulash.
I was thinking his skin has the consistency of sallow, like the very thinly sliced pork fat dish.
Sallow, the 120 days of that. He needs to know exactly. This is the thing, is it if only he had known about boykibble, he could have gotten his protein up. He would have been all right.
Oh, God, that sounds so bad.
Hungarian boykibble.
At least you know they'll season it.
Going to the goulake party and everyone's dipping their spoon in your bowl.
Everybody's got to season their boykibble.
I as a side note, I was taken aback by boykibble being this term that people are using and didn't realize it was so advanced. And so I sent a screenshot of it to Ari and he immediately responded with, I think it was in Swedish, but it might have been in Norwegian, but as a video of like Scandinavian news broadcasts about the phenomenon of boykibble. And they were randomly it was just randomly dropping in English words in the same vein as like, heitgemagd and stuff like that. But they said boykibble or poik fodder, which I guess is boy fodder in Norwegian.
The concept of boykibble really strikes me as like one of those really annoying ads you see on YouTube about like optimization of food, but specifically for like your infant. It's optimized infant chow.
Boykibble is just an offshoot of the age-old gym tendency of just eating a big bowl of bullshit.
It's true. I'm guilty of that. We've talked about it.
I've seen you eat your big bowl of bullshit.
Joe Kibble.
Basically, the gym bro longs for Hamburger Helper. And so all those meals of boiled chicken and boiled carrots with no seasonings, brown rice, broccoli, it's just like
Tastes like shit. Tastes like fucking shit.
You go to fucking Costco and you buy 30 identical plastic Tupperware containers and you can fill the exact same meal in forever. Like, that does get boring.
Seriously under attack right now.
Joe, I used to do this too until I realized that in terms of not lifting enough and not taking steroids, the payoff was so little for me. I was like, actually, fuck it, I can just not do this.
I counter that we may have found something even creepier than a jacked Smurf. That is the jacked Hamburger Helper mascot.
Exactly. He's got like huge vascularity all over the 5 fingers. His definition on those tendons is so fucking great. Does that mean like that his like he has fingerprints like a human and they start throbbing when he's jacked, when he's like cut water?
Oh shit, does the Hamburger Helper mascot have fingerprints? Can he be easily tracked down for a crime? Those are big ass fingerprints.
Is the Hamburger Helper on a national registry?
He should be. We don't know what he's doing.
I love the idea. It's like, hey kids, do you know what's a really, really like reassuring thing is this very weird voice having huge giant hand who makes you a meal of slop.
I'm now just thinking about, you know, that meme of if a dog wore pants, would it wear it this way or that way?
Yeah.
If the Hamburger Helper is so jacked, does he deadlift like with all the fingers at once or just 2?
It's got to be the pinky and thumb. He's not floating, you know? He's not like Master Hand from Super Smash Bros.
So you're saying that because clearly it comes from the idea of helping hand, Hamburger Helper. The helping hand is here to help you with the hamburger. It's like, this is how Americans understand empathy. But like...
That's the easiest way to understand what Midwest nice is.
This is why I will not be able to record this podcast in my new office until a soundproof room is built, because how the fuck do I explain this to my neighbors? I mean, you're shouting about the jacked Hamburger Helper and boykibble and the sour cream bukkake. What is your job?
In our defense, that was you.
Yeah, to be fair.
And we enlisted the help of a guy with a PhD in history from Oxford to write this episode. And none of this is in the script. This is just us. This is just us being ourselves.